The day had been long and taxing, filled with the usual demands of work and the endless list of decisions that needed to be made. By the time I arrived home, I felt both mentally and emotionally drained. My apartment, a sanctuary of calm and beauty, welcomed me with its familiar warmth. The soft lighting, the gentle colors of the walls, and the delicate scent of lavender that filled the air all combined to create an atmosphere of peace, a much-needed refuge from the chaos of the day. After slipping out of my work clothes and into something more comfortable, I settled onto the couch, ready to lose myself in my favorite show. The television flickered to life, casting a soft glow across the room, and the familiar theme music began to play, instantly easing the tension in my shoulders. Yet, despite the comfort of the setting, my mind was far from quiet. The decisions I had been grappling with all day continued to weigh on me, their unresolved nature gnawing at the edges of my peace. As a Libra, I had always prided myself on my ability to see all sides of a situation, to weigh the pros and cons before arriving at a decision. But this trait, which had often served me well, also had a darker side, a tendency toward indecisiveness that could be paralyzing at times. I found myself constantly second-guessing my choices, fearing that I might make the wrong decision, one that could tip the delicate balance I worked so hard to maintain in my life. As the show played on, my thoughts drifted back to a recent conversation with Leslie. We had been discussing our future, trying to decide on a significant next step in our relationship. The weight of the decision had been pressing on me ever since, and I had found myself caught in a loop of indecision, unable to commit to one path or another. Each option seemed equally appealing, yet equally fraught with potential pitfalls. The fear of making a mistake loomed large in my mind, making it difficult to move forward. The apartment, usually a place of comfort, now seemed to amplify my inner turmoil. The soft lighting that I normally found soothing now felt too dim, casting long shadows that seemed to mirror the uncertainty I was feeling. The familiar surroundings, usually a source of joy, now felt confining, as if the very walls were closing in on me. The weight of the decision, coupled with my natural inclination to consider every possible outcome, left me feeling trapped in a maze of my own making. As I continued to watch the show, my mind kept wandering back to the conversation with Leslie. I knew he was patient and understanding, but I also knew that this indecision was affecting him as well. The thought of letting him down, of not being able to make a choice that would lead to our mutual happiness, weighed heavily on my heart. I wanted to find a solution that would bring us both peace, but the fear of choosing incorrectly kept me frozen in place. I had always believed that fairness and balance were the keys to a successful relationship. I wanted to ensure that whatever decision we made, it would be one that honored both our needs and desires. But the very nature of this belief, the desire to make sure everything was perfectly balanced, often led me to overthink even the simplest of decisions. It was as if I was standing on a tightrope, trying to maintain equilibrium while the winds of doubt and fear threatened to throw me off balance. The show played on, but the plot and characters faded into the background as my mind continued to spiral. I thought about how Leslie and I had faced challenges in the past, how we had always managed to find a way through them by working together. But this time felt different, more personal. The indecision wasn't just about the future. It was about my own fears and insecurities, my struggle to trust my instincts and make a choice that felt right. The apartment, quiet and still, seemed to echo with the weight of my thoughts. The flickering light from the television cast shifting patterns on the walls, a visual representation of the uncertainty I felt inside. I knew that I needed to find a way to break free from this cycle of indecision, to trust that whatever choice I made would lead us to where we were meant to be. But the path forward still seemed unclear, obscured by the very balance I sought to maintain. As the episode came to an end, I turned off the television and sat in the darkness, allowing the quiet of the apartment to envelop me. I realized that in my quest for balance, I had been trying to control every aspect of the decision, to ensure that nothing was left to chance. But life wasn't always about perfect balance. Sometimes, it was about taking a leap of faith, trusting that the foundation of love and understanding we had built would carry us through. I thought about Leslie, about how his steady presence had always grounded me, how he had a way of making me feel safe even in the midst of uncertainty. I knew that he would be there for me, no matter what decision we made. The realization brought a sense of peace, a reminder that I wasn't alone in this, that whatever path we chose, we would walk it together. The apartment, now bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight filtering through the curtains, seemed to regain its sense of calm. The shadows that had once felt oppressive now seemed to blend seamlessly with the light, creating a balanced, harmonious environment. I knew that I still had a decision to make, but I also knew that I didn't have to make it alone. With Leslie by my side, I could find the balance I so desperately sought, not through perfection, but through love and trust. The future, though, with all its uncertainties, no longer felt quite so daunting. I knew that I would find my way through this indecision, that I would make a choice that felt right for both Leslie and me. It was a process, one that required patience and self-compassion, but I felt a renewed sense of hope that I could find the balance I was looking for.